We are having a huge low pressure in the eastern Odisha region, so you can find some noises regarding water drops. Okay, as it is continuously raining, but let's ignore the sound and start discussing some questions on cell biology. Okay, as cell biology is also an important chapter for the SSB preparation. So, the first question, it is responsible for the beginning of the life of organism. So, which of the following is responsible for the beginning of the life of an organism? The answer is a zygote. Okay, of course, zygote is a cell, but why we call it a zygote? Because when two sex cells or germ cells fuse, they produce a zygote. Okay, then who proposed the cell theory? The answer is Swan and Sladen. Okay, if you see Singer and Nicholson, they have proposed the plasma membrane model, that is the fluid mosaic model. Okay, then who proposed that new cells arise through cell division of pre-existing cells? Remember, this statement is from the cell theory. So the cell theory was actually revised by Rodolphe Virchow. Okay, so the answer is Rodolphe Virchow. Okay, but this statement is again added in the Swan and Sladen's cell theory. Next question. It is the smallest cell. So which one is the smallest cell? That is the mycoplasma or PPLO. We know that is pleuropneumonia like organism. Then prokaryotic cells have which architectural region? The answer is appendages. Then the association of more than one ribosome with a single molecule of mRNA complex is called dash. The answer is polysome. Then which structure possesses flagellin protein? The answer is flagellum. Then the cell wall of algae is made up of which substances? The answer is mannan. Okay. The cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin. Then the cells involved in large amounts of lipid synthesis do not possess this organelle on the endoplasmic reticulum. So the question it asked is from the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Look, the question is the cells involved in large amount of lipid synthesis. Okay, it did not mention protein synthesis. If it will mention the protein synthesis, then the answer is as it asked do not possess. If the question is protein synthesis and asked possesses, then it will be ribosome. So here also the question is ribosome, as here the question is about smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, the cells involved in large amounts of lipid synthesis do not possess this organelle on endoplasmic reticulum. That means smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which do not possess ribosomes. In mitochondria, it contains F particle. So which of the following contain F particle? The answer is Christie. Next, the materials essential for the dark reaction are located in dash. The answer is thylakoid. Microfilaments are made up of dash. The answer is protein. It possesses flagella. So which one of the following possesses flagella? The answer is euglena. Okay, as we know, paramecium that contains cilia, not flagella. Okay, then it directs the formation of a bipolar spindle during cell division. So the answer is centriole. Next, in humans, which cell lacks a nucleus? The answer is RBC. That does not contain any nucleus. Then the unit of phloem in which the nucleus is absent, that is the sieve tube. Okay, no membrane surrounds this organelle. The answer is nucleolus. It actively synthesized rRNA. The answer is nucleolus. In each chromosome centromere possessing a disc shaped structure is called kinetochore. Bacterial possesses small DNA rather than circular DNA, which is called as dash. The answer is plasmid. Dash shows the presence of nucleoid. The answer is bacteria. The cell wall of a fungi is made up of which substance? The answer is chitin. Which organelle is not considered as part of the endomembrane system? The answer is chloroplast. The chromosome in which the centromere is located at the end is called telocentric. Select the unicellular organism which possesses cilia. The answer is paramecium. Which is the example of a unicellular organism? The answer is Chlamydomonas. Who mentioned that cell had a thin layer around them? The answer is Swan. Who mentioned that the presence of a cell wall is a unique character of the plant cell? The answer is also Swan. Which organelles are found only in animal cells? The answer is centriole. Which is the biggest animal cell? The answer is ostrich egg. Then, in some bacteria, the outermost layer is a loose sheath layer called as a dash. The answer is slime layer. What is the function of SCR? That is the synthesis of a steroid hormone, mostly lipid synthesis. Okay, SCR means smooth endoplasmic reticulum. How many units occur in each stuck pile of Golgi apparatus? That is 4 to 8. What is produced when vesicles are separated from Golgi body? The answer is a lysosome. The area of the cytoplasm without any cytoplasm is called as dash. The answer is vacuoles. Which organelle is responsible for the degradation of worn out cells? The answer is lysosomes. Which plastid is not included as a chromoplast? The answer is chloroplast. Which plastids possess chlorophyll pigment? The answer is the same, that is chloroplast. How many grana present in one chloroplast? The answer is 40 to 60. Each granum possesses how many thylakoids? The answer is 2 to 100. In the peripheral region of a centriole, 9 triplets are arranged at which angles? The answer is 40. This organelle possesses 9 plus 0 structure. The answer is centriole. 9 plus 2 is found in flagella. Various colors in flower, fruits and seeds are due to the presence of which pigment? The answer is anthocyanin. Which organelle possesses hydrolase enzymes? The answer is lysosome. The leucoplast which stores protein is known as alluroplast. The protoplast surrounding the centriole is called centrosphere. Like a zygote, any cell of the body is capable of producing a new individual is known as totipotency. Which organelle is associated with the formation of basal granules, cilia and flagella? The answer is centrosome. The number of mitochondria per cell depends upon physiological activity of the cell. That means the cells who works more is having more mitochondria in it. How many basic shapes of bacteria are there? The answer is 4. Which structure serves as a protective layer against attack by phagocytes and by viruses? The answer is capsule. How much diameter is the ribosome in a prokaryotic cell? The answer is 20 nanometer. Which organelle possesses circular DNA? The answer is chloroplast. Select the correct option from column 1 and column 2. Okay, here the column 1 having typical animal cell, then zygote and human RBC and plant endosperm, and the column 2 is having multinucleus, then uninucleus, binucleus and nucleus is absent. So you can choose the correct answer. Okay, so the first option, that is we have to choose the correct match from column 1 and column 2. Okay, so a typical animal cell that is having uninucleus. If we see the zygote is having a binucleus because it contains two type of nucleus from two different sexes. Human RBC, that is anucleate, that means nucleus is absent. And if we see plant endosperm, then that is multinucleus obviously. Okay, so the option is A, that is P2Q3C4 that is P2Q3R4 and S1. Okay, that is option A. Next, select the correct option from column 1 and column 2. Column 1 contains microfilaments, microtubules, flagella, then outermost layer of bacteria. Column 2 contains glycocalyx, actin, tubulin and flagellin. If we see, we know flagella contains flagellin. Outermost layer of bacteria that contains glycocalyx. Then we know the microtubule that contain tubulin, and microfilament that contain actin. So option A is correct, but you can see here S4 is also mentioned, so you have to ignore that. Okay, it's not S4, the answer is actually S1. Okay, P2Q3R4 and S1. Then in column 1 organelle is given and column 2 shows its function. Okay, so select the correct options. Column 1 is having mitochondria, chloroplast, lysosome and ACR, while column 2 contains suicide bag, synthesis of steroids, photosynthesis and ATP formation and storage. So we can clearly distinguish mitochondria that actually having option 4, that is ATP formation and storage. Then chloroplast helps in photosynthesis. Lysosome is a suicidal bag. Then smooth endoplasmic reticulum is for synthesis of steroids. So if you see, the answer is P4, then Q3, then R1 and S2. Okay, next. So next question, column 1 and column 2. Okay, column 1 contains Robert Hooke, Robert Brown, Sladen and Camillo, Golgi. Then column 2 contains cell theory, Golgi apparatus, cell and nucleus. So if we match, then Robert Hooke discovered cell, so P3. Then Robert Brown discovered nucleus, so Q4. Sladen proposed the cell theory, so that is R1. And Camillo Golgi discovered Golgi apparatus, that is S2. So option A is correct, that is P3 Q4 R1 S2. Then next question, select the correct option from column 1 and column 2. Column 1 contains chloroplast, lysosome, nucleolus. Column 2 contains single layer structure, double layered structure and without membrane. Here the answer that is given is incorrect. Okay, so let me show you why. Because chloroplast is a double layer structure, so P2. Lysosome is a single layer structure, that is Q1. Then nucleolus is actually without membrane structure, so R3. Okay, the answer is actually P2Q1 R3. Okay, so here there are no such options. Okay, and here the option mentioned is actually incorrect. Then select the mismatch option. Centriole 9+0, ये करेक्ट है. सिलिया 9+2, ये भी करेक्ट है. फिम्ब्री कॉन्जुगेशन, ये करेक्ट है. मिडिल लामेला लिग्निन, ये इनकरेक्ट है. सो द ऑप्शन डी इज अ मिसमैच पेयर. सिलेक्ट करेक्ट ऑप्शन. लाइसोसोम सुइसाइडल बैग, दिस वन इज करेक्ट. राइबोसोम लिपिड सिंथेसिस, दिस वन इज इनकरेक्ट. Mitochondria grana, this one is also incorrect. ACR prokaryotic cell, this is also incorrect. So option A is correct. Which assertion is false? Okay, suicidal bag possesses double layer structure. This one is actually false because suicidal bag, that is lysosome, contains single layer structure. Mitochondria are self-replicating organelles, that correct. Virchow give the final shape of the cell theory, that's correct. Active transport occurs against the concentration gradient, that is also correct. So option A is the false assertion. What is the main difference between active and passive transport? The active transport, we know it actually occurs by the help of ATP, while the passive transport do not need any ATP because that is from higher concentration to lower concentration. So option A is the main difference between them. Okay, then where chlorophyll is present in chloroplast, okay, in thylakoid. In thylakoid, the chlorophyll is actually present inside the chloroplast. Select which assertion is false. Look, chloroplast and mitochondria both possess internal variation. Thylakoid lumen is not covered by the thylakoid membrane. This assertion can be false. Why? Because chloroplast and mitochondria, they both possesses DNA, it's correct. Chloroplast and mitochondria both possesses external and internal membrane, that's correct. Normally chloroplast is larger than mitochondria, that also correct. So option A is the false one. In a plant cell, the vacuole is a dash, membrane bound structure which stores various substances and excrete them. Without membranous structure, without membranous structure which stores protein and lipid, with membranous structure which stores protein and lipid. The answer is option A, that is membrane bound structure which stores various substances and excretes them. That's actually the correct one. Middle lamella is made up of which substances? The answer is calcium pectate. Then in hair plant, stroma of chloroplast possesses dash. It possesses enzyme for dark reaction. Microfilaments are dash. They are the structure that connect the cytoplasm of two nearby cells. The subunit of prokaryotic ribosomes are dash. The answer is 50S and 30S. Okay. In which phase the chromosomes appear clear? The answer is metaphase. The plasma membrane is made up of dash. The answer is protein and lipid. What substance is synthesized in smooth endoplasmic reticulum? The answer is lipid. Which of the following substance is false? The answer is a lysosome possess a double layer structure. Cells are a structural and functional unit of organisms. Who found out this? The answer is Sladen and Swan. Prokaryotes differ from eukaryotic cells in dash, in possessing cell wall and DNA. What is correct about the fluid mosaic model? A lipid bilayer and protein included in it. Okay, so that's about a fluid mosaic model. Select the correct option from column 1 and column 2. Column 1 is having endoplasmic reticulum, free ribosomes, mitochondria, contractile vacuole, and column 2 contains powerhouse of the cell, osmoregulation and excretion, lipid synthesis, then protein synthesis. Okay, let me show you whether the answer is correct or not. Endoplasmic reticulum, that helps in lipid synthesis if it is actually, if it will be smooth endoplasmic reticulum, then option 3 is correct. Free ribosomes, they actually help in protein synthesis, that also correct. Q4 is correct. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, that correct. R1. Contractile vacuole are for osmoregulation and excretion, that also correct. So option A is correct and the answer that given is actually correct. Next, nucleolus is dash. It is located in the nucleus, possesses rRNA and chromatin and possesses a spherical structure. That's correct about it. Aldolase enzyme related with which organelles? The answer is cell matrix. Mitochondria stores dash. The answer is ATP. For synthesis of a new protein and protein transport, which organelle is related? The answer is endoplasmic reticulum. Where does the ribosome synthesis takes place? The answer is nucleolus. Golgi apparatus is produced from which organelle? The answer is endoplasmic reticulum. It is the powerhouse of the cell. So the answer is mitochondria. Mitochondria is an organelle of which process? The answer is Krebs cycle. Where does ETC occur? The ETC occur in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. The cytoskeleton is made up of dash. The answer is proteinaceous fiber. In higher plants, the cell wall is made up of which substances? The answer is cellulose. In an eukaryotic cell, the cytoskeleton is made up of dash. The answer is microtubules. Who suggested that new cells arise through cell division of pre-existing cells? The answer is Virchow. Which organelle is present in animal cells but absent in plant cells? The answer is centriole. The fluid mosaic model was proposed by whom? The answer is Singer and Nicholson. Eukaryotic cells have what type of arrangement in their flagella? The answer is 9+2. A microtubule is composed of which type of protein? The answer is tubulin. Which type of ribosome do bacteria possesses? That is 70S. Eukaryotic possesses 80S, having 60S and 40S larger and smaller subunit respectively. Which is a currency of energy? The answer is ATP. Which is a site where glycolipids and glycoproteins are synthesized? The answer is Golgi apparatus. If you see, the exact statement is clearly mentioned in the NCERT Biology Class 11 book. The organelle that produces ATP is dash. The answer is mitochondria. In a thylakoid, how many layers are there? The answer is 2. How many subunits make up a ribosome? The answer is 2. Name the organelle surrounded by a single layered wall. The answer is lysosome. Name the suicidal bag of the plant cell. The answer is lysosome. And that's it for cell biology section. I will try to come up with some molecular biology and genetic section also. And until that, thank you very much, as the date is approaching. So don't miss other videos regarding SSB preparations in my channel. Thank you very much.